Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode number 19 of Inside Infinity, recorded November 25th, 2013. This is our our second holiday episode, our Thanksgiving episode, and I have some very special friends with me here tonight. You guys, it's almost like we're the Peanut crew. We're last time we had a Halloween special, and now we're doing a Thanksgiving special. We just got to keep this thing rolling. First up, from the VGPodcast.com, we have Lloyd Hansen. How are you doing tonight, bud?
I'm doing awesome, Will. Thanks for having me on the show again. It's going to be great to get back in the seat and talk about some more Infinity after 25 hours. The last time I talked about Infinity.
Absolutely cannot wait. And luckily we have some familiar faces in here. Pirate Steve, he joined us and watched and piped in with his football helmet on our 25-hour marathon. How are you doing tonight, Pirate?
I'm doing wonderful.
Are you excited for tonight's show?
I love Thanksgiving. It's my 8th favorite holiday. I can't wait to put my fat pants on and eat some turkey and watch some football. That's what I'm looking forward to this week.
Absolutely. Well, we do have you to thank for this episode because it was your idea, just like I think the Halloween one. So thank you for that. I must say, though, I'm a tad disappointed that you don't have a turkey hat on, and which leads us to the next best thing. Steve C., how are you tonight?
I'm doing good. Thank you very much for letting me come on. This is not a turkey, but it's the turkey's redheaded stepsister. This is the chicken hat. You got to improvise with what you have. And for the few of you that were watching at 2:30 in the morning about a month ago, yes, this chicken hat has made its appearance on the Infinity broadcast.
It did. I don't even remember that, but I think at that point I was probably intentionally ignoring you because I'd had enough. I like your lower thirds, though. That's real high class. Are you going to hold that up for the entirety of this episode?
You know, I can't write backwards, so for those of you brilliant people that know how to turn it around, it says my name.
You know what, Steve? The funny part is it's only backwards for you. It's correct for everyone else.
Are you serious? Is it really? It's correct for everybody else?
Yep. So.
Wait, how is that? Why is it backwards for me then?
That's technology. Just go with it.
Wow, I am not up to date with technology if I don't understand this basic concept of video broadcasting.
That doesn't surprise me with your handwritten archaic lower third you have going on.
Do you know how great it would have been if I actually spent the time to write it backwards and then show it up here and then it actually looked backwards on the show? That would have been way better.
We would have ignored it and just not said anything.
Yeah, I know.
We do apologize. Unfortunately, this episode was almost meant for Jason. It was going to be a learning experience for that Aussie, and he was unable to make it this evening. So that just means, I don't know about you guys, but I'm planning to make jokes at his expenses since he can defend himself.
Sounds good to me.
Absolutely.
I feel like he missed the show on purpose after the hype after last week.
I think that's exactly what it was. Or maybe he was just afraid of you. He's licking his wounds because you beat him up too bad last time.
Did I really? I don't think last week was so bad. Last week, you were the aim of most of the jokes, Will.
That's true. Well, I mean, all we have to do is just include Vegemite in every other sentence, like Vegemite turkey or Vegemite dressing. And
what if they eat Vegemite turkey? That would be probably pretty gross.
I rewatched it. I rewatched last week's episode, and you only made fun of him 0.1% of the time.
Oh, too funny. Well, if you are interested, make sure you watch us live every week, Monday night at 8 p.m. Mountain Time, inside DisneyInfinity.com/live. We have a chat room up there, and we have a few friends of ours in the chat room right now. So, hey to all of you, I'm not gonna call out people now, but thanks for joining us. And also, I apologize in advance because this is just going to be a fun show we're doing. We're not going to do the normal format with news and rumors, and we're going to talk about toy boxes a little bit, but not do the toy box rundown. So this is just going to be us four cool guys sitting in a room talking about Thanksgiving and how much we love Disney Infinity version of Thanksgiving, I guess. Right, Pirate Steve?
Love Thanksgiving.
I mean, the eighth holiday, your eighth favorite holiday, it's just got to hold a special place in your heart.
I mean, there's a lot of good ones out there.
There are. Okay, well, with that, let's just go ahead and get things rolling. Let's talk. Okay, so Thanksgiving is all about giving thanks, right? Oh, I should have mentioned, Lloyd, this might be unique for you because you had your Thanksgiving, what, a month ago at this point almost.
Yeah, I mean, I ate turkey. I've digested it. I've had leftovers for about a month, and I kind of feel like another turkey. I might have to do a Canadian American Thanksgiving turkey and do one up.
Well, aren't you lucky that you get to share in the festivities with us?
That's great, and we get Black Friday up here as well. Like it just we're just get all the fun stuff from you guys. It's great.
Good. Well,
inventing new holidays that we can celebrate as well.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You can take all our holidays. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
All right. So let's talk about giving thanks. Let's talk about what we're thankful for in Disney Infinity. I'm going to go ahead and shoot it over to Pirate Steve first because he has all the answers. What are you thankful for with Disney Infinity, Pirate?
I think number one, I think I'm thankful for the fan trick. That's that fan trick where you can put a bunch of fans down and level your characters up to 15 in about an hour.
The fan trick or fan cheat? I'm just saying. I mean, I've done it, but...
This wouldn't be the thing that Lloyd did from 3 till 5 a.m. on the show, would it?
I think it was, actually. I mean, I would never do such a dastardly thing live on camera for multiple hours.
We're all about teaching kids good, not bad.
My kids were sleeping, so it was okay. It was okay on my end.
Hey, you have to do a lot of stunts to get up to 15, so let me tell you, I'm thankful that's in the game because it would take me forever, especially with 20-something characters now.
Are you also thankful for rubber bands so you can just make your joystick move to one of the direction automatically?
That's a good one.
I like that. It's like some of those robots. There's even a Pokemon one, I think. This is a
Shiny
Pokemon show,
Finder.
but... So yeah, the fan trick, is that it? I mean, it's a pretty big game. That's pretty lame if all you're excited about is thankful for is a fan trick.
Well, I'm thankful they added the Tron identity disc finally. I was waiting for that one, so I'm thank you for doing that.
That's a good one. And Lloyd has it now too, right? Lloyd, it finally came for you.
Yeah, I got it right here. Look at that. Actually, I found it in stores just before I got the Series 2 kit. One of my Toys R Us had a couple packs, and I picked it up. So now I have 3 of them.
I think Pirate Steve is talking about the actual tool disc.
Yeah. No, we got it the day of the marathon. It was the Wii patch finally came out. The Wii U patch came out that morning, so I was able to play with the classic or the Pro controller with my kids and use the Tron Identity disc, which was great.
Awesome.
And I don't know about you guys, but I'm thankful that Target is releasing all the power discs, so you can just buy the album and the power disc. Because I got a lot of. I'm not gonna lie, I have a lot of Alice Sky Domes, and I think I just need one.
I'm thankful for that as well, and I think Lloyd might be too. Mine's sitting in the back over here. I don't know if you can see it,
it's still in a package. Look at you.
Yeah, I just got tonight. It's funny because my fiance was like, "How much?" I tried to explain it to her, and she's like, "You got something else, Infinity?" I was like, "Yes, but listen, it's gonna save me money. Remember all those lime bags I bought?" She's like, "Yeah." I was like, "This is that, but better." And she just looks at me and she's like, "You're ridiculous." And I'm like, "I know." And then she's like, "So that's what it's about, is just they keep releasing stuff to get you to buy it." And I'm like, "That's exactly what it's about."
Empty the wallet. Turn it upside down.
So everybody was able to get that, right?
Yeah. Steve C., do you want to show yours?
My what? My album? Hold on. Let me find it.
Is it under your hat? Did you put it under your hat?
It could be. I should have this joke ready.
I thought you'd already drawn it out. I mean, yeah.
Hold on, I found it. Okay, here it is, right there. Yeah, Arizona Target sucks. Not one Arizona Target, thanks for asking, got this in stock, and all of them had the same answer. Oh, it's an online exclusive. None of the stores carry it. So that's what we got. That was our answer.
Nice.
So.
Well, it was funny because pre-show we were talking a little bit about this, and each one of us kind of had our own unique story as far as Target or a retailer was concerned, as far as releases and stuff. Mine was Vanellope didn't come out this week, so I'm not very thankful for that.
Hmm.
Well, that's awesome because I did get Vanellope. See, our target switched, man.
And you got your Wreck-It Ralph, and
Yeah, the weird thing with our targets out here is we don't have any of the Disney Infinity 1 stuff, but Disney Infinity 2 comes out tomorrow for us out here.
Oh, does it?
Future.
Yeah, but we don't have 1 yet, so we're skipping ahead. Our targets are brilliant masterminds of marketing.
You're like Jason. He always sends me texts, and then he ends the text with "from the future" because he's always a day ahead of me. And he's like, "It feels great being from the future." And I was like,
Does he
hate
really
you.
say that in his texts?
I'm not even kidding. Like the other day, I've been stuck in next gen Xbox One land, and I ordered it, and I was waiting for the delivery, and for him, it was already Saturday, and he's like, "How are you liking your Xbox One?" And I was like, "I'm still waiting for it." He's like, "Oh yeah." He's like, "It's nice being from the future."
Oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Enjoy your Vegemite from the future
Mhm.
and your non-Thanksgiving.
Future
Uh,
Vegemite.
Yeah, future Vegemite. It's like yesterday's Vegemite, but better.
It's fermented more.
Yeah.
Fermented Vegemite. Lloyd, I think you're onto something here.
Oh,
Oh my gosh. It's just a flavor. It's a flavor Vegemite. Lloyd, what are you thankful for with Infinity?
I'm thankful for a couple things. First, I'm thankful that it keeps my kids occupied chasing each other with the invisibility packs for hours on end. That seems to be the thing now, is chasing each other, going invisible, and cackling for multiple hours. It's great.
If only that existed in real life, that'd be.
Oh, that would be so much fun.
awesome.
That'd be great. And I'm also thankful for Tron stuff in the game because I'm a huge Tron fan, and I can't wait to get my Tron texture discs so I can live out my Tron fantasies in a video game. It's going to be great.
Absolutely, we got to thank Worth for that. I was so excited. I was explaining the Power Disc pack to my fiance again, and I was like, "Yeah, that's great because it has everything I wanted. Like all of my favorites are in here." I was like, "You see, it has Frankenweenie, it has Nightmare," and then I was looking for Tron, and I was like, "Oh, that's right, it doesn't come out yet." Although I have the one, but Tron is awesome. Yeah, Steve C., what are you thankful for?
I am thankful for simple games that are meant for infants to win. Right, Will?
Your
Uh,
words.
I am enjoying all. Jack Skellington is by far the coolest. I cannot get over how cool he is, and then so I'm very thankful that they came out with that. And I'm thankful for the fact that now, because of you guys, I've started exploring the toy box more, and I'm thankful for the tunnel feature. Because I had my pre-existing stupid toy box. Now I've just added a loop of tunnels around the whole thing. And I've laced it full of, bad guys mixed with Slinky Dog, mixed with bad guy, mixed with Slinky Dog. So when you go through now, it's a whole mess. So I'm having a lot of fun with that. So I'm thankful for the tunnel feature in Toy Box now.
Why Slinky Dog? What's your beef with Slinky Dog?
I don't have a beef. Slinky Dog is the best. So I like Slinky. So I keep putting him in between different things. So I must have 50 Slinky Dogs on my toy box so far.
I'm cracking up laughing because the chicken looks like it's talking to me. All I see is the chicken.
I was experimenting with this earlier. If I simply do this, then really, who's to say if Steven is here or not here? I think that this would be a great rest of the show. For those of you out there watching the show, you get this visual joke. If you're listening to this tomorrow, you're going to be like, what in the hell is going on?
It's bringing me back to hour 20 of the live stream.
Lloyd is putting it perfectly. This is exactly where we were.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so for those listening, Steve has sank all the way down in his chair, and all we see is his chicken hat. It looks very reminiscent of the chickens in the Muppets, actually.
It kind of does, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
You got to move your head, though, like forward when you talk, though, Steve.
Okay, you mean like this. Okay, I get the Muppet talking. Like, oh, yeah, I know what you say. Oh, like that?
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, I got it.
Oh, that's too funny. Now stay that way the rest of the time. I'm sure it's entirely comfortable.
It is. It's awesome.
Well, yeah. So I guess is it my turn to tell you what I'm thankful for?
Will, what are
today?
you thankful for in Infinity this Thanksgiving?
Thank you, Steve. Thanks for asking. So I mentioned a few moments ago that I've been stuck in next gen land with my Xbox One lately, and it's been a blast, right? I'm a gamer, so I just love playing video games. That being said, I booted up Infinity today, and this was after I actually watched Jason's Toy Box review of the week. And as I'm watching his review, I was just thinking how amazing this game is, because not only after 25 hours of playing this single game over and over for 25 straight hours, and this new console that I have to play, I still, watching this video, was like, I love this game, and it's just so much fun, and I love all the open-endedness of it, and how much value is really in this game. And I know it's kind of lame and open-ended because it's infinite possibilities, but it's just amazing. And the fact that after all this time, I'm still just as excited to play it as I was on day one, it's pretty impressive.
You know, that's a good point. Can I tag on to that with something
Please.
else that I realized? You were talking about earlier, and a lot of people have pointed out the fact that this is a marketing machine because it's forcing you to keep on buying stuff. How many things do you have to just buy that you don't actually see anything physical for it? It's a download, it's right there. I love the fact that, you know, you guys saw my room, Lloyd, and you, Steve, you saw it too, during the Infinity broadcast. I have Vinylmations and stuff all over. I collect those things, so this last week I've been reorganizing. How cool is it that we have amazing looking figures now that not only look cool on a shelf or on display anyway, but they actually, you can use them. I think that it's such a cool idea, and I don't feel like such a jerk spending money on things that you don't actually see. I love the fact that there's something you can stack up and play with and look good on display. So, as we saw with Vegemite King's pictures last week, you can do a lot of things with them, but I just like how they look, and they're so perfectly done. I love the fact that there's something you can actually put on display, and I enjoy buying them.
Absolutely. Yeah, they're collectibles. There's no doubt about that. The figures are collectibles, but then you have these discs, which are just, it's cool because it creates that tactile experience while you play, which is unique because it's like DLC, right? I mean, it's like an ability that you can just throw down and you have it, but the fact that you have to lift up your character, put this thing underneath, and then you actually see it kind of present itself in game is pretty cool.
Hey, Pirate Steve, you were saying earlier how you have a lot of, which one do you have? The Alice Kingdom, the Alice ones?
Yeah, the Alice Sky Dome and Terrain. That's the duplicate I get most often.
If anyone is listening and needs one of these, I have 1,000,000 Ralph Sky Domes. I have one Tangled one, and I don't even care to trade anymore. So if anyone wants one, just ask me and I will mail it to you. I don't care. Just take them from me. They've been stacked up, and there you go.
You can not to dissuade you from giving your awesome figures or your awesome disc away, but you can stack certain abilities if that.
Can you?
helps.
You can't stack a texture disc though, can you? And make it extra Ralphie? Whoa, did you hear that?
You can, but only using the power of your imagination.
Oh, okay. So in that case, if anyone wants one of these ones, go ahead and ask Will, and I'll send them out.
There you go. That's awfully nice of you. Look at you. You're spreading the giving.
Look,
Right,
I mean, come on. I have to contribute to this world somehow. I'm going to contribute by giving away the garbage that I don't use.
You're.
Steve puts the giving in Thanksgiving.
Oh,
That's where it comes from.
It is.
love it.
Thank you, Steve.
So it was essentially named after Steve.
See, this is the kind of stuff we could have told Jason if he was on here.
She's the one that's living in the future, not Steve. I don't get how this is working. I'm kidding.
No.
Now, Will, if you're going to text Jason right now, do you text him from the past?
Yeah, I do.
You have to do
I
it
tell.
from a rotary phone?
What's that?
You have to do it from a rotary phone when you do it?
No, I have to call an operator. Operator, connect me to something.
Tango 3576, please.
Yeah, but that's better than when he texts me, "Don't leave the house today." That's all he says. And it really freaks me out. Oh, wow. This is great. I was totally going to ask Steve something, but now I forgot.
Which Steve?
It doesn't matter.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well let's move on. We have something kind of special today for the show. Again, all thanks to Pirate Steven. So if you haven't yet, make sure you download last week's toy boxes, the Thanksgiving Challenge toy boxes. Were pretty cool, and here I'm going to bring one up right now. Lloyd is playing the number 1 toy box this week, and it's by, what is it, Mighty Giddus? Is that right, Pirate Steve?
That's correct.
And what's the name of it?
The name of this box is Save the Parade.
So Pirate Steven reached out to me as we were preparing for the show, and he said that the number 1 winner was a Disney Infinity Fans Forum member, and so he reached out to her and asked for some information, and yeah, so with that, I'm just going to go ahead and hand it off to you, Pirate Steve, and while he is talking, Lloyd's going to show us the toy box.
Okay, all this information is coming from Mighty Giddus from DisneyInfinityFans.com. She says that the toy box took her 16 hours over 6 days to build and test. She almost didn't get it ready on time because I guess they're doing Thursday, and she was working a bit into the Wednesday night recording the replayers to accomplish the game mechanics that she wanted to do.
Could you say that time again?
16 hours over 6 days.
Wow.
To complete the challenge.
That's interesting because that's often been a question of ours: is how long a lot of these winning toy boxes take, and how much time people have spent on them.
Yeah, she started with just the flat terrain toy box, and the first thing she did was build the parade route that you see on that screen there when you play the game. She worked backwards, building the finale area first, and then went down the parade route. And if the finale area is pretty much all the different townspeople just marching around in a parade. There's 3 floats in the parade, as the Energizer Bunny, Clifford, and the stars that you would see at like the Macy's parade. See, the Energizer Bunny is the first parade that she completed. To be completed and programmed. When doing complicated game dynamics, it's important to do small scale tests before rigging the toys. It took a total of 5 replayers and 1 dual action trigger to make the float mechanics work. And so what you do is you got to find all the different pieces that are hidden on top of the buildings. And I thought this was very creative. When I first thought of the Thanksgiving challenge, I did not know what people were going to try to accomplish. But she came up with a way to make it a game where you got where the parade floats were missing pieces, and you had to go find them. So you had to climb up to all the different the top of the buildings to find all the missing pieces. So all in all, she used 14 different replayers to accomplish this. And she said, she says once she had about 12 replayers, things started to act a little weird. But so she hopes she won't have to do that many again. But all in all, she did a really great job of making this toy box, and I don't know, I really enjoyed playing it.
Well, it's so cool, and I'll be curious to hear what Lloyd's thought is on this since he's actually playing it. But when I played this, I didn't really realize what I was doing by going up to these buildings and then having these pieces disappear on me, and then you end up like where Lloyd is currently right now. See, these are pieces of the float, and you get a little confetti saying you've done it right. Then you jump on these rails, and it takes you down to the float. And I didn't realize that's what was going on, that you're actually building these floats or finding the missing pieces of these floats. And that is just...
It's a bunny. Yeah, that's so cool.
It's such an insanely awesome idea as far as like creating a purpose to the toy box.
Yeah, she this is actually the second challenge that she's won. She got second place for the movie challenge in that Tangled toy box.
Oh, okay. I remember that one.
So and she came up with, I guess she tried to do it from the beginning in all the different challenges, and after not getting chosen for the first 3, she tried to figure out what would be the best way. Why are people winning? So instead of just playing 1 or 2 toy boxes, she played through every single one that got picked and tried to see if there was some kind of pattern going. And the pattern that she found was the ones that got like the 4th, 5th place are usually the most like the pretty ones, and the ones that like the Lion King one that looks really nice to play in, but there's no goal or challenge to do. And the ones that usually get 1st or 2nd or 3rd place are the ones that have some kind of goal or challenge to go on. So that's a little advice she wanted to hand out there, is that if you want to try to get featured, try to start with having a goal around your toy box, and you might crack into that top 5.
So it's more about function and not form, or a combination of function and form instead of just having it look pretty, right? Having it.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people out there that I'm sure can't believe theirs didn't get picked because it looks so good. But if it doesn't have a purpose behind it, kind of like this Thanksgiving one where you actually have to do something instead of just playing it, that might be the secret of getting chosen.
That's too funny, because this, at first glance, reminded me of one of the other toy boxes this week, which was just a racetrack, and it was like the parade route or whatever. But this one was just really cool having...
It's your hat.
it's Steve's hat. So if the finale... So this is where she actually started building, right?
Yeah, started from build the parade route and then start from the back from the finale.
So let me ask you this, because I didn't spend enough time in it. Do you know if I noticed there's a route on this section, but I thought it was just an oval. Do all the other characters end up here through the parade route? Is this like...
I think that most of the characters are in this oval shape, and then once you complete different challenges, they march around the floats. Once you get the once you complete the Energizer Bunny's ear, for example, some characters will appear by the Energizer Bunny marching.
Oh.
Some different ones than that are in this oval here.
Did she say? Did she say anything about the resources and juggling that? Because I'm noticing there's a lot of these townspeople in here. Not townspeople, but what are they called? The toy box people. I can't think of them.
That's what I call them.
Okay. Though generally are pretty resource intensive, and it fills up your meter pretty quick. And looking at the rest of this toy box, there's just so much stuff here. So I wonder if she had any trouble juggling that or not.
She said that she made the parade route first, and then the floats, and then she would add the little things like the benches and the work lights, and just to see how much space she had left to complete everything.
Okay. That's really cool. Lloyd, what do you think about this, just playing through it?
I think it's pretty cool. I just wish I had creativity when I see stuff like this. It makes me angry, because it's like... Well, I could have done that if I could think of things, not just play things. So I think that's kind of what I thought. But it's pretty nice. I love the way that the fireworks just keep going and going and going and going. It makes me want to figure out how to do that, just because my kids love the fireworks.
Well, I think that would be a repeater.
Yep. Yep. But it's something I never thought of doing. Now
I see.
Now I see it. It's like, okay, that's next week. That's what I'm going to be doing for them.
Well, and definitely learn something. You need to make sure your toy box has not only looks good, but has some sort of goal. And one thing I think that's a challenge with that is that a lot of times it's hard to... The description, I don't know if you guys know this, but when you describe your toy boxes, there's only so much that you can type in there, so there's only so much instruction you can give. So I thought she did really, really great with this toy box, because throughout the different sections there's signs for arrows pointing you in the right direction, and it's not not the marching order direction or arrows, but actual signs pointing you to go this direction. And I think that was really helpful for me learning where I needed to go, because it's not always that obvious. And then I get lost, and then I get frustrated, and I don't even know where to start. So that's pretty cool. Pirate Steve, have you had a chance to play this one?
Yeah, I did. Out of the 5, once I saw that one, I downloaded, but I haven't played the other ones yet. But I was really impressed.
Well, from my perspective, it definitely, not to say that the others were not good, but it kind of was the whole package, and it was deserving of number 1. So congratulations to Mighty Giddus. Steve C., have you downloaded and played this Toy Box?
I have not, but since he's been playing it, I've been watching it on both screens. This is really cool.
Yeah, I think it's... And I didn't even... Yeah, it's so cool. It's cool, too, that she chose to use pretty iconic floats from the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. And Jason, just so you know, that's probably the biggest Thanksgiving Day Parade here in the U.S., and there's lots of these things called floats that are oftentimes tied to parades. And, yeah. That's awesome. I'm color me impressed. I like one thing how thematic it is too. You feel like you're in this city the entire time, and she didn't even necessarily have to do it with artificial walls or anything like that, because right there you can see in the distance. But it doesn't matter because you're surrounded by these tall buildings, and it's unique. I like how she used the MU road because it kind of has that fall feel with the leaves on the ground.
I like how she used that giant hammer a minute ago that took Lloyd like 4 tries to get past.
That's my favorite part. Thanks for bringing that up. That was great.
Well, actually, that brings up another good point. When I was playing this one, I noticed that each kind of one of those float challenges became increasingly more difficult. Mm-hmm. And I assume that was intentional, but that was kind of a neat thing, because each kind of step of the way you feel like you're progressing. And not only getting through the level, but you're accomplishing something each one of those kind of mini challenges. So.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what as the next challenges, like the Wreck-It Ralph and the DuckTales challenges. I can't wait to see what those have for us, because I mean, it feels like going through a playset. People are doing a great job with these things.
Yeah, and I think if I can only make one critique, it would be somehow, and it's tough. It's how do you solve this problem? But somehow allow the more instruction, and I don't know how you can do that. If you could like have signs in the map that were interactive that you could press that says, okay, you've made it this far, now you must progress through the next float and build. I don't know.
Yeah, it'd be nice if there was some sort of pop-up dialogue that you could trigger as a Toy Box designer to pop up something.
Yeah, and like the description of the Toy Box can give you kind of a general overall idea, but then these kind of signposts throughout the Toy Boxes to continue to guide you. Well, cool. Well, speaking of next week's Toy Box, make sure if you want to submit, you submit by... Wait, that was last week. So this week's is going to be the DuckTales Challenge. I was getting my dates confused with Thanksgiving. So this week's is DuckTales, and I'm really excited to see this too, Pirate Steve, because the downloadable they're going to release Avalanche Studios is going to release their version of Duckburg, and so I can't wait to see what fans' recreations look like.
What's the theme for next time?
Well, this Thursday is going to be DuckTales, and
what?
Like a hurricane here in Duckburg. Airplane. Come on, Will.
Here in Duckburg.
Nights of a mystery. Woohoo!
Oh, thank you for that. I forgot that's this group's new theme song.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Lloyd was being awfully quiet, not nearly as quiet or not nearly as vocal as when we sang that for our marathon. I'm disappointed in you, Lloyd. Are you ashamed? Are you ashamed of us?
No, I'm not like
He's enjoying the game.
8 hours into being tired. I mean, I could have like drank a whole bottle of something to feel kind of in the same headspace as I was about that time, but I didn't. He didn't warn me I had to do that.
Let's be honest, he just couldn't hear it well enough. Let's try it again. Here we go. How's that, Lloyd?
Break.
Here in Duck.
I think we're losing Lloyd. He's breaking up.
All of a sudden, we're going to see Lloyd left the call.
He's going through a tunnel. You should make the chicken dance.
A chicken? I don't have a chicken noise. You caught me off guard. But Lloyd, if you ever need that again, just let me know. I have it on call. Okay.
Sure. I'll call you up. I'll text you, and then you have to call me playing that.
Okay. Sounds good.
I'll put it on speaker, just because you never know when you need the DuckTales theme at a moment's notice.
And I am that guy.
So next week, and I think they are giving us a little bit extra time for this one.
2 weeks.
2 weeks for this next challenge, and that is the Wreck-It Ralph challenge, right? I mean, essentially, it's pretty open-ended, but with the release of Wreck-It Ralph and Vanellope, they want to see some awesome Wreck-It Ralph Vanellope toy boxes, which will be cool because we've already seen some, like the Disney-created Sugar Rush Raceway. So I'm excited to see that. But what I'm really excited about, did you guys watch the Top 5 Challenge episode of the week?
Yep. Yeah, I did.
Okay. Thank you. Did you hear? I don't know. Johnny V said he kind of gave us a little bit of nugget of excitement, and this is something else I'm thankful. See, I'm tying it all together. I'm bringing it back to Thanksgiving. But we have a few things to look forward to that they're going to talk about next time. And I don't know if that's going to be announcements. I don't know if that's going to be, well, I don't know what it's going to be. But it's exciting. Exciting. What do you guys think? Pirate Steve, what do you think it's going to be?
So, I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I was thinking about my next joke. I'm sorry.
I'm thankful for friends that pay attention and who aren't jerks.
While the singing was going on, right here, I have the delayed on my other computer. You should have seen the video that the fans get to watch during that. It was a flash between me dancing like this, Steve dancing like this, and then in between it would be the video game play over on Lloyd's screen, and then it would go back to a really intense look on Pirate Steve's face, like, yeah, and back and forth. That was hysterical.
That's great. Well,
you just start VJing like clubs, because that would be perfect for the big video walls. That would be great.
Except it can only be DuckTales or techno remixes of DuckTales.
No one will get sick of that at all.
No one. Well, cool. Well, I'm excited about next week's toolbox.
Go ahead and repeat the question.
It's not that important. You have lost your question privileges. You sit there in silence, Pirate Steve.
Oh my god, that was funny.
Well, thank you so much. Now I have to be nice again to you. Thank you so much for getting that info. We got some awesome toy box creation tips if you want to be a chosen winner, and we got to get a little insider info of the #1 toy box of the week, and that's kind of cool. I feel pretty honored that she talked to us and helped spill her secrets a little bit on what makes a winning toy box.
Do you guys know where she's from?
Geographically?
Yeah.
Not Arizona.
No, clearly. If so, she doesn't even have Infinity yet. They're still waiting.
There's a bunch of people on the Disney Infinity fans forums that have actually won twice. So it's kind of like a little cult they got going there.
Really?
So if anybody has any questions, they're really good about answering how to do things. So I would hit them up if you guys get inspired to create a Wreck-It Ralph challenge.
Well, it's really cool, too, because a lot of times during the process of whatever next week's challenge is, there's continuing conversation on ideas and tips and tricks, and everyone seems to be really open, and they don't hold their cards too close to their chest, which I think is really cool. And it's once again a testament of the community that we have with this game and just how friendly and welcoming everyone is. So.
And if anyone, like them, if they offer, help and stuff like that, I think that's really cool. But if anybody needs help on how to build a tunnel with 50 Slinky dogs, you guys can tweet me. I can help you at any time.
I think you... Go ahead, Lloyd.
I was going to say, I'm thankful for something else now. I'm thankful that my getting smacked in the face with a giant mallet 5 times in a row was recorded to be broadcast forever for the world to see. So thanks for that.
Yes, that was forever immortalized.
Yep.
But if Disney Fanatic, if people agree with him, I don't think that's what they're going to remember from this episode, because he said, "God, that DuckTales moment was awesome." That was just for you, Disney fan. And once again, for those that don't get to listen to or that don't get to watch the show and only listen, you are missing some hijinks right now. So we have Pirate Steve. Once again, with a sword in his mouth.
A small sword.
A very, very small sword. And then we have Steve C. with the Excalibur in his teeth.
I just thought that this was how people in Australia pick their teeth. I mean, if you guys watched the show last week, you'll see that for half the show he had a sword in his mouth.
It's only about 0.1% of the population I know about that, though. So we're just trying to keep up with the cool kids.
Yeah.
Oh, I sincerely apologize for our regular listeners for having to endure this, but.
Well, we got good stuff coming up, though, right?
Unfortunately, I think this might be the highlight.
Oh shit.
Oh wow. It's good times. Good times. All right. I don't even know where to go from here.
I'll tell you where to go. The fact is that Steve and I have been trying to sync up when we start chewing on swords, and I just noticed that he had his, so I brought mine out.
You guys are on the same page.
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh.
Back to Thanksgiving.
Back to Thanksgiving. All right, let's talk about our Pirate Steve. Why don't you introduce this section?
Well, before we go on to that one, I got a turkey leg right here. I don't know if people. It looks kind of disgusting on the video, but so Walt Disney World and the Disney parks, Disneyland, all over the world are known for these gigantic dinosaur-looking turkey legs that they sell in the park, and I just happen to. That'd be a great power disc for like a Thanksgiving power disc. I mean, I don't know if you can see this thing. It's not a real one, of course, but this could be a club or a baseball bat, or you can just throw these at people. I think that'd be fun.
It's like a German potato masher grenade.
Yeah, I mean.
Did you just take a bite out of it? Did you just take a bite out of your fake turkey leg?
Even though it's cardboard, it still looks delicious.
I'm just so I'm disappointed because the two Disney park people, you couldn't make the quick jaunt to get a real turkey leg. You had to. What's this fake stuff?
It's like $10 cheaper to do it this way.
$10? Is that how much it cost?
At least. Wow. But anyway, this would be a cool power disc, or they could have like a churro stand, or any I would throw Dole Whips at people.
A Dole Whip power disc would be amazing.
Even though they're so delicious, Dole Whip.
That's epic.
You could drink a pineapple Dole Whip and get superpowers, or to fly, or something. I mean, that'd be cool.
Yeah, you may not. I can't even concentrate. I can't wait to see what inspires Steve C to put in his mouth next.
That sounds awful. I have no other props here, you guys. I'm just gonna go back to the Merida sword from Brave. That's the only thing I have.
Well, I think Pirate Steve might need that because just to cut up that huge turkey leg.
Yeah.
Let me survey my room and see if I have any other props for later. I don't think I do though.
It really is okay.
All right.
All right, let's talk about Thanksgiving. Okay, so Jason, I know you're listening. Thanksgiving is this holiday where Pilgrims and Native Americans, they came together and they feasted to give thanks. And so we don't have any Pilgrims in Disney Infinity. But we do have a few Native Americans. We have Tonto. Let's talk about Tonto as a character. What do you guys think of Tonto? Because I think he's kind of a neat little figure. I liked him better. I think it's because he's Johnny Depp's character, and I like them, and I like hearing their voices. But what do you guys think of Tonto's character? He also had some really cool abilities too, but I won't go into that. Lloyd, what do you think of Tonto?
I liked them. I liked the tomahawks. They were great. Early weapons. I loved the fact that I unlocked the crow power-up in that world. While not directly related to Tonto, it was just great to be finally flying around all the worlds that I create. So it's one of my go-to characters when I'm playing with the kids.
Lloyd, what does that mean, pro level? I've never heard that expression before.
Pro level?
Crow.
Well,
As in,
Crow, C-R-O-W.
Yeah, the crow pack. Yeah.
It's like, whoa, okay, cool, that's new. All right, sorry.
My
Now I
Canadian
know.
accent, I'm sorry.
it's one of my favorite. It's one of my go-to packs as well because it's just so easy to get around, and that is a Tonto ability. I think it's inspired by him, so I think we can give him credit for that.
Mm-hmm.
Steve C, what do you think of Tonto?
I have not played him because that's the one playset that I don't have.
You're fired.
I'm
All right.
out. Sorry,
Excuse
Dave.
me, guys, while I eject Steve C from the.
Peace.
He really left. Oh,
out.
that's sad. Pirate Steve, what do you think of Tonto?
I think Johnny Depp did a outstanding job with Tonto. I remember I went to a sneak preview of the movie before it came out, and I thought, oh my gosh, Disney has the biggest hit on our hands with this. It's going to make millions. It didn't make millions. It made millions, but I'm glad that even though it didn't make what it thought it was going to make at the box office, that it's still included in the Disney Infinity family, and I think Tonto is really cool.
Which is why I never got around to it because I never saw the movie. So
It comes out on Blu-ray, I think, in December. The movie is pretty darn cool, if I do say so myself. The box office receipts does not give it justice.
Yeah, I second
loved
that.
it.
I liked it better than I expected to. So, and it's one of the best playsets by far, I think. So it's one of my top 3 playsets, and the gameplay in it is definitely unique compared to a lot of the others.
do you have all your playsets ranked out?
Me?
Yes.
Yes,
Can you do that?
I can. All right, so first place is a tie between Toy Story in Space and Pirates, because I think Pirates is awesome. Having your own ship and sailing around is awesome. Behind that is Lone Ranger. Oh, you mean all playsets? No, I just have my top 3.
Yeah, which is is Cars Land your least favorite?
Cars Land is Cars playset is my least favorite, but
Yeah.
Toy Box Assets are one of my favorites because I loved recreating Cars Land.
Oh, okay. I meant the playset.
Yeah, I'm not. That's the most redundant, and I don't fault them because you can only do so much in
With a racing character, yeah, I agree
Right.
with you. There's very limited stuff, but I mean, you heard my frustrations with that one at 4 o'clock in the morning when I was finishing it out.
Well,
To beat the game, you had to do that one level like 5 times forward and then 5 times backwards, and it was like a 7-lap race. Each one took like 9 minutes. I'm like, dude, I'm going to be here. I literally took the forward was the entire time we watched Emperor's New Groove. That's what I was doing. It was awful. So just way too much.
well, but it was also made for 5-year-olds, so no wonder you had
Thank you.
trouble.
Yeah, which is why I did finish it under 36 hours. Thank you, Will.
So you played for 25 hours and then you played for another 11 just so you could beat it.
Just so I could go finish it. Thanks.
Oh, cool. Well, so one thing that Disney Infinity is always, people are always requesting from it, and the Toy Box has given us a little, but what about the Disney Classics? And do you guys have any ideas for Disney Classic Native Americans that we could include in Disney Infinity?
Me.
Oh, you sir in the pirate hat.
Right here. Yeah, so in 1995, Pocahontas came out. You see the facts there? I did some research.
That's impressive.
So I think out of that movie, if Disney was to have a Disney Infinity figure, I could totally see a Pocahontas figure. She is officially a Disney princess as far as the merchandising goes. She also has long hair, so I think a battle between her and Rapunzel would be pretty cool cat fight. And I think that her power up would be she would have this tool that's kind of like the Force, where she throws the colors of the wind at you.
Ooh,
and
look at that.
And then once she does that, this gust of wind with like leaves will fly at you and throw you off the map or something. But I could also see her running off a cliff and and jumping like she does in the song. Like she's a cliff diver. I don't know if you've ever seen that, but so she's jumping off the cliff, and then there's a Condor Man wings that she just goes flying off. I think it's a unique Disney mashup there. That you can only get with Disney Infinity. But another character, I gotta throw some love to the villain, Governor Radcliffe, who just wants some gold. It's not his fault.
It's not.
The king made him do it. But he would, of course, have a shovel because he likes to dig for gold. That's his little power up. And there's no shovels currently in Disney Infinity I know of. So I think that would be his little tool.
Okay. Lloyd, what do you think? Do you think a Pocahontas figure with pirates' special abilities would be a cool figure?
I think that would be kind of cool. Any of the Disney princesses, my daughter's just that she's salivating at the mouth, waiting for more princesses to come out in Disney Infinity. She wants them all, and she wants them yesterday. So the more the merrier is what I say.
Absolutely.
And the colors of the wind power sounds pretty damn awesome.
Oh yeah.
Like a Hadouken with rainbows.
Hadouken.
Steve C., you're a classic Disney guy. Do you agree?
Yeah, I'm a classic Disney guy, and I have two that I would like to see because I think they look great in the Infinity style. As a hero, I think that Alice in her traditional Alice outfit would look phenomenal. I mean, all the other princesses are, they're iconic, but the Alice blue outfit with the, the white stuff and the shoes, I think is just so cool. And if you had an Alice running around, I would love to see that. Now, I don't really know what her power-ups would be. I mean, you've got the goo right now, which makes you larger and smaller, so that kind of takes away the drink me juice and stuff. But, I mean, I would love to see her running around just because I love that design. On the other side of that, the ultimate end-all, be-all villain, I think, of almost any Disney movie or any other one of all time is definitely Maleficent. And if you could make a Maleficent figure, I would be in line the day before getting it because I think she's one of the most interesting characters of all time. And to see her on there with any of her powers that she would have, I think would be awesome.
Well, all those are amazing picks. They have nothing to do with Thanksgiving, but we do thank you for
but
that.
you asked for classic characters. I don't have any because he already said Pocahontas. Where am I supposed to go with that?
No, I love it. And Travis in the chat room is correcting us. Anna actually has a shovel, believe it or not. So that's cool. Yeah, I would love to see a Well, okay, Steve. First off, yes, those two characters would be awesome, and hopefully with the Maleficent movie coming out, I think that would be awesome. We don't want to shut down any ideas here. Some are actually stupid, and most of the time they do come from Steve C. But we want them to keep coming back. So,
hey, Will, you're supposed to say that's a great suggestion. The possibilities are infinite.
Thank you. But honestly, where was I supposed to go with that? You guys went to all three of them first and got, Indian answers. Where am I supposed to go?
Hey, Steve, remember we were talking about Tiger Lily before?
Oh, dude. Okay, hold on a second. Let me do mine again. Hold on. Can I do mine again?
Yes. All right, well, hold on. Steve C., what do you think of some Thanksgiving-inspired Disney Infinity characters?
That's an awesome question. As far as classic characters go, I am a big fan, and I think that Alice from Alice... I'm just kidding. As we discussed earlier, Tiger Lily is one of my favorite characters in Peter Pan, and she would be an awesome, very obscure character, her and Alice. So there you go.
I love it. What would her special powers be?
She's a good dancer in the movie, but
She
what
could
else
have
has she
a.
done?
She could.
You could
have a-
dance. You could dance and like create a whirlwind power. That might be kind of neat.
There you go. Rain dance.
I like it.
I don't have any good answers for this because I use them all on my other non-Thanksgiving Day references. Thanks, Will.
In the chat room, we got Little Hiawatha, which is a good choice.
Who's? Oh, also from
the Silly
okay.
Symphony. He was in the Silly Symphonies.
Yeah.
As far as his powers go, I don't remember much about him except for his pants kept falling down. He kept mooning us. But I'm sure that could be a power.
Distraction. It'd be like a roar.
Distraction, yeah.
I don't know. Well, I guess if it was good enough for a Silly Symphony, it's not too blue for family. Wow, that was difficult to come out. I'm looking up Little Hiawatha because I have no idea what this character looks like. Oh, yes. Oh, my gosh. Here, let me bring
You
it
know
up.
it.
Let me
You
bring
know
it up for our friends watching.
You know what's awesome is how ridiculous I sounded saying Alice and Maleficent completely off topic. I had nothing else planned. I was like, okay. And then Steve reminded me of Tiger Lily. Thank you for that, by the way.
And the funniest part was that you were... you guys had discussed it previously. So
Yeah,
this
we
is
did,
Little
actually,
Hiawatha.
yeah.
This is classic. This is old school. I love it.
Yeah, Tiger Lily has a dad, too. I don't know what his powers would be besides dancing as well.
Let's.
But that's another one.
Yeah, there's the classic shot.
There it is.
Oh,
There it is.
Yep.
That's the classic shot right there.
I was gonna say before you brought up that picture, I'd love to see that character in toy form, but not in that.
Not so.
Maybe not. No.
So
Not
going back to okay, so let me preface this by saying I have yet to get either of the Frozen characters or Rapunzel. The only female characters I have are Jessie and the Incredible figures, and so I think having a Pocahontas in a Disney Infinity toy form, I think would be an amazing opportunity to like really showcase. I don't know. I think she would be beautiful as a toy, and I think that she is, like you said, another Disney princess. And the more Disney princesses we can get, the better off I think we'll all be. And I would love to see her as a Infinity character.
No, don't yell at me, you guys, because this is not a Thanksgiving Day related person. But on that same token, I totally agree that the princesses would be a huge thing, and I would be ecstatic to see any of them in there. The only other one I could think of that would really, really play well would be Mulan, and I think that a Mulan character would be great. I mean, we already have the horse, and I think that she would do well in there as well.
Her fire cannon is coming in next
Yep.
series of Power Discs as well.
Yeah.
So.
Go ahead, Lloyd.
No, I said that would be good. Mulan would be great. I love that character.
Dr. Haney for a Hiawatha tool, he says a bow and arrow, which is way too obvious. Which, I mean, is awesome. I'm just embarrassed that none of us thought of it.
No, yeah, I got what you were saying.
The moon in power, and I mean...
Although the mooning power is awesome, I just like the pants start to fall down and the whole screen goes white, and it's like a flashbang.
Yeah, bow and arrows. I mean, that could be reused for several characters, like Merida from Brave could have a bow and arrow as well.
Well, and
Off topic.
Well, we've seen that they do not shy away from cross tools for different characters, or at least the same function for. I mean, look at, unfortunately, all of the Toy Story characters. They don't have anything really unique, power and ability wise. Which is something I think they should change. I think each character, especially Toy Box only characters, should have their own unique abilities.
Agree.
So.
But it is cool seeing a non-Toy Story character in the Toy Box with a jetpack.
Mm.
You know,
I agree. I don't think necessarily it should be limited to them, but something that you can't get unless you have that character. Or
in the example of like Dash running faster, Mrs. Incredible stretching out, what's her name being invisible. I get what you're saying. I totally agree. It's just wouldn't it be really hard to develop that, being that Incredibles had the perfect atmosphere for that, being that they already had one built in.
Mhm.
I mean, I think it'd be really difficult, but I totally agree. I kind of actually expected that to be one of the things that you would get, right away when I was reading about what you got. I just assumed that all the people in Pirates had a different power.
right.
But when you get in there, you realize they don't. It's just sort of limited. But yeah, I agree with you and Lloyd that would be awesome.
Yeah, Pocahontas would rock that Buzz Lightyear jetpack.
Oh yeah.
That would be awesome.
Oh yeah.
Well, and that is the fun of the toy box, right? Is mixing and matching. So definitely want to keep that up. So Dr. Hanny is thankful for the infinite possibilities. You see what I did there? I'm bringing it all together. 2 vehicles he would like to see is Herbie the Love Bug and the bed from Bed Knobs and Broomsticks. That's pretty cool. I like that.
That'd be great.
That's kind of like the bed right behind you. That's a new feature of the show, right? Because that wasn't in the last show. I'm just saying.
No, everyone, this is my guest room, also known as my office, and Pirate Steven is embarrassing me because I had nothing but an inflatable mattress before.
Just when Will brings it back in, Steve takes it back away.
But that's okay. I knew that's what this show was going to be about. See if you ever get an invite again, but I'm glad to have you now.
There's more holidays out there.
This is true.
Hey, can I ask Lloyd a question about holidays?
Sure.
Lloyd, I always make this joke when we talk about holidays. Is Boxing Day a celebrated day in Canada?
No.
Like it's
No,
not.
it's like Black Friday. It's just a sale day. So Black
Really?
Friday is not a holiday. It's just a day. Our
so-
Boxing Day is the day after Christmas.
Oh, I didn't know that. Wait, so it has nothing to do with boxing. Does it
No.
mean fighting or boxing?
We're
like
Canadians.
presents?
We're not violent. We don't hit people, Steve.
Except
what
in
is it?
hockey.
Why is it called Boxing Day then? Isn't it
Because
called
you're
boxing?
boxing up all the presents, I guess, is why they call
Okay,
it.
then that is extremely different than I thought. I didn't know that there was such a prevalent boxing, sport following
before
again.
we got on
That's
the whole.
cool.
Sorry to talk over you. Bit of a lag there, but yeah, before we got on the whole copying you guys for Black Friday, that was our big sale day.
Okay. Are you guys laughing at me? Did I just miss
No, I'm
something?
laughing at the chat room, and I'm not going to repeat it.
What happened? No.
I'll tell you off air.
Oh, did I just get thrown under the bus?
No, it has nothing to do with you.
Oh, that is awesome.
Anyway, I'm not even going to respond.
Your face is really red for some reason.
Yes, it's very, very red. I'm going to plug a different podcast. Has absolutely nothing to do with Disney or Disney Infinity, but it's a show I've been listening to for a very long time. It's called The Christmas Stocking, and it's a seasonal show. He only produces stuff from Thanksgiving until shortly after New Year's. But anyway, the reason I'm bringing it up, Steve C, is there is an awesome podcast or an awesome episode about Boxing Day, and it gives you the history about it and everything else. So that's cool. Check it out. It's called The Christmas Stocking.
Cool.
Okay, gentlemen, this has just been too much fun. I can't see. I'm speechless, and that doesn't happen very often. So you three clowns have, and the chat room. It's not just the clowns. Are making this too much fun. And now Steve C is jumping in the chat room to chat.
What did I miss? I'm really upset that I missed what's going on in here.
You must be the only anonymous party in there, VGP _8098, because I can pinpoint everyone else. All right. Everyone, thank you so much. Did you guys have fun with this? This was fun.
No, it was really great. Really
Love the shenanigans.
Always a good time. And Pirate Steve, thanks for hooking up with the #1 Toy Box winner and getting that insider info, because that is just too cool. Hopefully
My pleasure. I'm glad I was able to get that for everybody.
And if there's any winners out there listening, either past or future, if you want to come on the show and kind of give some tips and tricks on building toy boxes and, again, what makes a winner, please feel free to reach out to us. Just email us info@InsideDisneyInfinity.com, and we'd love to have you on. Okay. Before we, I do have some outro stuff to go over. So, want to thank the DisneyInfinityFans.com, the great forum that Pirate Steve is a member of, as well as myself, and uh, he is the guy on there handing out Dragon Gate PS3 unlock. So if you have yet to unlock the Dragon's Gate on the PS3, look for Pirate Steven, because he'll be glad to help you out on that. And not only that, but there's just a great community, great forum members, and always great discussion.
Is he Steve, are you still unlocking people your RFID code thing?
Yeah, that's what he was just talking about. Weren't you listening?
Yeah, but he used a different code. What is it called? What did he call it?
Dragon's Gate.
Is that what it's called?
Mm-hmm.
The Magic Band Unlock is the official name.
That's what I'm used to. I thought you were talking about something else. Wow. I apologize.
Yeah, I friended you, Mr. Fenway. You haven't hit me back, so I can unlock that for you.
That's because I never look at that thing. I'll have to do it later.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt the show with my, non-knowledge of what the hell you're talking about.
No, it's pretty cool. I've helped over 50 people do that unlock, and it's fun for me as well, because I've been in 50 plus people's toy box, so I like to see what other people are doing out there, and then usually after we do the unlock, we have an epic paintball battle, which is always a good time.
That's always fun. Steve dropped his sword. Lloyd, do you want to talk a little bit about I normally do it on the show, but since you're here, I'm going to let you do the honors.
Sure, yeah. VGPodcast.com is a website that I run with a series of gaming podcasts on it. So if you're interested in Nintendo Wii, we do, or Nintendo 3DS or Wii, we do Nintendo Pulse. If you like the iPad and iOS gaming, we do Touch of Gaming. And then we have a Friday night show called The Bonus Stage, which is currently being rebooted. But yeah, and of course this one's here. This podcast is now a member of that network as well. So would love to see all you guys out there.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love hearing the variety of discussions you have, because each one of those are so unique as far in the gaming space. You have the console, you have the general kind of video game news, and then you also have Touch of Gaming and Nintendo. And I've mentioned it often, I'm not a Nintendo person anymore, but I obviously still have some love for my Nintendo old school video game bringing up. So that's a great one, and I love the Touch of Gaming podcast too. So everyone check out VGPodcast.com. It's great, and I'm glad everyone can only see me right now, because the two other guys are just being ridiculous over there, and Steve C had to mute his microphone. All right, ignore them, focus on me. We are also part of, we have created a partnership with VinylmationKingdom.com. They are a website dedicated to not only Vinylmations, which are awesome, but also Disney Infinity. Disney Infinity is kind of a new section that they are developing. And with that comes some opportunity, not only for people like us and the podcast, but for you, our listeners and viewers. And Travis and Roger and Matt and the team run a great shop over there. And currently, they're looking to grow their Disney Infinity section, and so they're currently looking for any parents that like to play with their kids and would like to write articles about that. But not only that, this works great for much of tonight's topic, is they're also looking for toy box creators that would like to do articles on tips and tricks for building toy boxes. So if you're interested, you can reach out to Travis at vinylmationkingdom.com. And also make sure you check out the site vinylmationkingdom.com or the Facebook group Infinity and Beyond, presented by Vinylmation Kingdom. Another great community with great traders and lots of late-breaking, up-to-the-minute information. Right before the show started, I even got some brand new news that we didn't include because it wasn't Thanksgiving, but next week we will. So make sure you check that out. They had a Frozen review go up last week. This week they're going to run a Rapunzel review. Travis did both of those, and then next week I'm writing a Wreck-It Ralph and Vanellope review, which will be perfect for the following week's toy box. So check out vinylmationkingdom.com. Great information. Gentlemen, did you have fun? I had a blast. I am sorry that everyone had to watch me during that spiel and missed Pirate Steven eating his cardboard turkey leg. I no longer see it in hand, so it must have been tasty.
I got most of it.
Oh,
I actually swallowed it. Hold on.
just like a pirate. Does it remind you of the grog and raw meat that you used to eat?
Yeah, cardboard.
Oh, awesome. Pirate Steven, thank you so much for being here and eating your live turkey leg on live TV without even having to be dared to or lost a bet to do so.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
As always. So if people don't know, we are going to be doing holiday episodes every holiday now, and so you can expect to see Pirate Steven for the Christmas episode again, and I can't wait to see what that's about. That's my number one favorite holiday. It's not number 8, so.
Can Steve C come on the Boxing Day special episode? What are you gonna do?
Yes,
Yeah,
Steve C, you're gonna have to run that show.
Oh, that's awesome.
Steve C, I'm sorry to say this, but right now it's only showing your picture, and that seemed to be a fan favorite in the chat room when it was only your picture that came up. So I'm just throwing
What
that out
happened?
there.
You don't see my face right now?
Well, now I do, unfortunately,
I
but
see the chicken.
What picture comes up?
your profile picture. It doesn't matter. Anyway, Steve C, thanks for embarrassing yourself by wearing a chicken hat for all hour plus
I
of
think
this.
that bringing up non-Thanksgiving characters and those other things were more embarrassing than the hat.
Yes, that was, as always, a great contributor.
Hey, that's what I do. You just wait till next time when you bring up Christmas characters and I bring up somebody else non-related. Thank you very much for letting me come on. Lloyd, it's always good talking to you. And the freaking moment of the day was 5 minutes ago. I had to move my mic. We were chewing on swords, and then he one-upped me by bringing up the leg. And he was waving it in front of his face, and then, like it was no big deal, he took a bite out of that thing, and I almost yanked the iPad off the table. So that was the moment for me that about did it for me. So thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Steve, it was good talking to you again.
Well, always, it's fun.
And Lloyd,
Jason missed out.
He did, but that's okay. And you know what's sad, though, is that we didn't make fun of him nearly as much as I was hoping we would.
You guys want to do 5 minutes of just Jason jokes and Australian jokes?
Possibly, but after show.
The different size swords, that was ripe for a "that's not a knife" joke. I was waiting.
That's not a knife.
He has a knife. In our incredibly accurate Australian accents. Lloyd, my friend, thank you for coming on and giving us your Canadian perspective on the American Thanksgiving.
My pleasure. I'm going to go eat leftover turkey, I guess, is what I'm going to do. Maybe I'll put a new one in the oven. Maybe that'll be the thing.
There you go. Steve C. can send you some.
I like to make a sandwich out of the leftovers. Just whatever's left, just pile on a sandwich.
Yeah. It's like Vegemite sandwiches, right? Except it actually tastes good.
Yum.
All right, gentlemen. So just a reminder, you can find us on iTunes, wherever iTunes is served. Look for Inside Disney Infinity, and you can also find us on Stitcher Radio. Just search for Inside Disney Infinity. We want to thank you all so very much for being a part of the show, for listening, for chatting, for listening and watching. We really do appreciate it, and we hope that everyone has a wonderful Thanksgiving. And if you don't celebrate Thanksgiving because you are from the future, we hope that we could provide you with a little bit of Thanksgiving fun with this episode. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. Happy Thanksgiving, and we hope your week is filled with infinite possibilities. Are you gonna eat that, Steve?
Don't get a paper cut in the tongue.
I felt it on the side of my mouth.
Steve, I'm surprised you didn't. I don't know how bad it would have looked if you just took your hat off and just started gnawing on it.
Freaking Pirate Steve, dude, and it wasn't 2 seconds worth. You kept on taking bites and taking bites, and then it went away, So I thought I could compose myself, and then you were just sitting here all serious looking at it, and then it was like, back up right in screen again.
I had to get you back for making me laugh about the sword.
Holy shit. That was a freaking riot.
I literally saw it, and I had to just stare at myself in the screen because I would not have been able to keep it together. And then I saw Steve leave frame, and I heard him muted, and I'm like, I can't look down. I'm like, I can't
There's
look down.
no way. My line was muted for like 5 minutes. The chewing scene was hilarious.
I think we're still live, by the way, but